Good morning, students. It is Thursday. I'm on Class Kit, Slide 9 on Week 3 Math. The same thing is downloaded on Edsby as well. So if you don't have access to Class Kit, you can just do it right on. You can get the information right on Edsby. All right. Sometimes I know the perimeter of an object, but I don't know how long one of the sides are. So we're going to be practicing, let's say, the perimeter. Remember, perimeter is the distance around a shape, not the inside. That's area. We're doing perimeter, which is around. So that's when we add up all the sides. So the length with the width, with the other length, with the other width. Also, instead of going length plus length, we could do 2 times the length, which is the same thing as L plus L, but you could say 2 L's, or 2 times L. And there's 2 W's as well, two other sides, which is the width as well. Okay, so let's look at this example right here. The perimeter, that means a whole thing around, is 28 inches. If it was area, it would have meant the inside. Even though the perimeters, they have perimeter on the inside, it is not talking about the space in here. That's not what it's talking about. It's talking about the distance around it. And we know that it's talking about the distance around because it doesn't have the little 2 up there, the little squared sign. If it did have the square sign, we would be talking about area. All right, so now that we know it's perimeter, we know something, which is, well, instead of doing a question mark, let's do width. Width plus the other width. That means this side over here. Plus, we have to do these sides, length plus length is going to equal 28. They gave us 28. They also gave us one of the widths. So this could be 5, because I get that 5 right from here. Well, if this is 5, that means the other side, since it's a rectangle, has to be a 5 as well. So we have 5 plus 5 so far. Unfortunately, we don't know this one or this one. But we could do a little bit right now. We could do 5 plus 5 is 10, plus our L plus L. Instead of doing L plus L, we're going to call it 2 times L, which is the same thing, remember? Multiplication is repeated addition. So we could do 2 times L or L plus L. But in this case, since we're using the formula, we're going to use 2 times L. All we're talking about is the 2 sides that we don't know. Equals 28. Well, 10 plus something equals 28. So right here, you can see that they're doing it step by step as well. We have the 2 times L, that's what we don't know. But the 2 times 5, we already discovered that was 10. So that means it's a little confusing how they do it. Or not confusing, but it's a little they don't really show how they get to the 18. So let's go back to here. We know 10 plus something equals 28. Well, you know what you could do? You could do 28 minus 10 will get you the unknown number, which would be 18. So that means this whole thing right here, 2 times L equals 18. That's both of the L's. It's not 18 and 18. No. It is not that. It is whatever. Remember, 18 is both of the L's. So what's 18 split into 2? It's 9 and 9. So if they want to know both the L's, 2 times L is equal to 18. But one of the L's is 9. And we can check our answer by adding up all the sides. 5 plus 5 plus 9 plus 9 does equal 28, because 9 plus 9 is 18, and 5 plus 5 is 10. And 10 plus 18 is 28, just like we already have in here. So that's how we figured it out. Here's another example. Marissa has 64 feet of fencing. 64 feet, that's important. I'm going to underline that. She is using the fencing to border a rectangular flower garden. It's a rectangle, so I'm going to draw a little rectangle right here. Marissa wants the length of the garden to be 20 feet. So 20 feet. If she uses all the fencing, what will be the width of the rectangular garden? Okay, well, 64 feet of fencing, that's around. Fences go around something, or in this case a garden. So the perimeter equals 64 feet. And how did I get that again? It's because she has 64 feet of fencing, and the fencing goes around. If it said grass would go in, and that we would be doing area. But since it said fencing, that's why I thought perimeter. So if she wants the length of the garden to be 20 feet. So if this is 20 feet, then the other side has to be 20 feet. So far we have 40 feet. So if we put it in our formula is perimeter equals 2 L's, which we already have. 2 L's is 2 times 20, because we have 2 20s, plus 2 of the question marks that we don't know. 2 times, and we're going to call those the width, W and W. And then we know all of that equals 64 feet. All right, well, we can already break it down a little bit, because 2 times 20 is 40, plus 2 times W, we don't know W yet, equals 64. Okay, so again, we can use that same strategy we did up here. Oops. We could get our perimeter and subtract the 2 sides that we do know. So this is this 20 feet. We know that this side is 20 feet. So that's 40 feet so far. 2 times 20 is 40. So right here I'm going to put 64 is the total around the whole fence. But we already know 40 of it is the length. So is it 4 minus 0 is 4, 6 minus 4 is 2. We have 24 feet left. So that means both of the widths. That means 2 times W equals 24. It's not one of the W's. That's a mistake that when you're doing this for the first time, you often do, oh, 24 is the answer, so you put 24 on both sides. The problem with that is, let's say, let's do 40, and then you say, oh, 24 on this side, 24 on the other side. Well, now you have 88, which is way too much. So what we're going to have to do is split this 24 in half. That way it'll equal our perimeter. So 24 in half is 12. So now we know that W equals 12. And we got, here's one of our lengths, here's the other side, here's one of our widths, here's the other width, and then all that equals 64. And this 40, that just means that they added these two together, and this 24 just means they added those two together. Alright, and there's a Khan Academy link for you guys. If you go to Khan Academy and you type in perimeter, it gives you a little more. Then this is your job today. Find the missing length. So do the same thing. I'll give you a little head start on this one. So if this side is 10, this side must be 10. If this is L, then this side must be L. So remember, your formula is you have two L's, so they already have that for you. We don't know what L is, so we just have to leave it like that. 2 times L. We'll just leave it. We do know what P is, the perimeter. It gives you 38, so we do know what that is. We just bring down the addition sign, and then 2 times W. So is W 10 or 20? Well, W is on both sides. So W is 10. 2 times 10. Alright. That should get you started. And here's the next one. And 2 more. So you have to turn in 1, 2, 3, 4 problems. You're going to take a picture and turn that into Edsby, or just let me know you did it on ClassKick. Alright, you guys have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions at all.